Hello class, here's a program called simpleinterest.py. It's going to calculate the simple interest on a loan. It's going to demonstrate the control of your output with print and how to format numbers, particularly how to format numbers as currency. You can read about this in your textbook on pages 66 to 71. Some of you may recall from your mathematics background that the interest on a loan is calculated by multiplying the principal times the rate times the time in years. Well, here we have a program that's going to do that calculation for us, and we're going to get input from the user for the three components that we need in the formula. We're going to get the principal, the rate, and the time entered from the keyboard. Notice we're using float for the principal, float for the rate, but I could have used float for the time as well, but I'm going to use an integral number of years, so I'm just going to go with int for that. All right, let's run this program first and see how it works out. All right, there's our output window. I'm going to try 25,000 for the principal. I'll try 2.75 as the annual interest rate as a percent. And we'll say it's for a 3-year loan. Now you'll notice that I've got 3 different outputs, and that's really what this particular video is all about. Look at the outputs here. This one's not very good because we expect to see 2 decimal places with currency. This one is a little bit better because it does show the 2 decimal places. This one is best of all, though, because it has the dollar sign right up against the first digit, and it also breaks the numbers into thousands with the comma. So let's just take a look at the code that generated these 3 lines of output. First of all, here's the math required. The rate has to be divided by 100 to convert it to a decimal, from a percent to a decimal. And once we have that interest, if we just output it like this with a comma separator, as you know, items in a print statement are automatically separated by a single space. And so because of that, we do get this space showing up here in our output. But we don't want that, in fact, so we'll deal with that in a moment. But the other thing that we want to do is we want to display 2 decimal places. We do that with the format function. The format function, you specify what you want to format, in this case the interest variable, and then how you want to format it. I want to format it to show 2 decimal places. I want to display it as a floating point number. That's the meaning of the F, and the 0.2 means show it with 2 decimal places. Now that gives us this output, which is not bad. But best of all is this one because we have the thousands. And what we've done is we put a comma here before the point in the specification for the format function, comma 0.2f. That means if the number gets into the thousands, display with comma separating each 3 digits in the number. But we also did something else. We added the sep equals empty space. Sep equals, and then there's nothing here between the 2 apostrophes, so that's an empty string. And what that means is the items that we're printing, which is the string followed by the number, don't separate them by a space. And that's what causes the dollar sign to be right up against the number 2 here. So this is by far the best output. You should always try to display any of your currency outputs with the dollar sign up against the first digit. If you're getting into the thousands, use the comma. Okay, I hope that works out for you. Now you can read all about this on pages 66 to 71 in your textbook.